if you sing it with us.
Okay.
Twister
Thank you for standing. We'll play it one more without it. The standing on is quite a, when they go away, they do it. It's so weird, right? I think about that, don't you? I don't know, I think about it. Go back and back.
Just don't just, yeah.
They're coming back. How do you come back to that? Like, how do you say, like, made you wait, clap, physically hit your hands together for 2 minutes?
All I know is one time I went to see the Eagles.
Yeah.
And they did that kind of thing,
Yeah, they do that.
Several encores, and it was at Texas Stadium in Dallas. And when we left, there was like 80,000 people in the Whataburger line. And one guy in the drive-thru, he jumped out of there. I thought he was going to murder everyone in that line.
The guy in the window?
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have. I would help him.
That has nothing to do with encores.
I'm with that guy. I'm like, closed. Bye. Make a different choice. Go get Sheila to make you a BLT. Like, settle down. What's wrong with you? I'm just too much. I can't bring myself anywhere anymore. I just can't.
Gonna do this for Joseph tonight.
Oh,
Mr. Earl, he lives on the banks of Lake Arthur, where your windshield gets foggy, where your back roads unwind. It's a long way from Shreveport, not too far from Gideon, and it's close to the home that I left behind. It's close to the home that I left behind. Mr. Earl's a farmer, he's a father, he's a hunter, and he talks to the ducks and the geese and the blind. He works hard for the lives that he hopes to make better, and he lives by the graveyard of the rusty combine. Yeah, he lives by the graveyard of the rusty combine. He held my hand when my boots got too heavy, with the mud from the rice field coming to my behind. We set out the decoys on the dark and the levee, and we walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine. Yeah, we walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine. There's coffee and biscuits on the stove in the kitchen. There's a crack in the ceiling. There's a screened-in front door. When the fog starts to settle on the banks of Lake Arthur, I can still taste the whiskey from the night just before. It's the Crown Royal whiskey from the night just before. And it's hard to get up at 3 in the morning. Put your guns, put your shells, put your wine in a sack. We look like some militia with our boots and our camo, with a bird dog named Milo, he's asleep in the back. He held my hand when my boots got too heavy, with the mud from the rice field coming to my behind. We set out the decoys in the dark on the levee, and we walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine. Yeah, we walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine. I wrote this song. Mr. Errol was a guy from Cajun from Lake Arthur, Louisiana. He took people duck hunting and goose hunting, and when I went there, I had to borrow my dad's camouflaged overalls and some green rubber boots, and they came off of my feet in Mr. Earl's rice field, and then when I tried to shoot a goose, I fell on my ass in the mud. And Mr. Earl said, "I ain't never seen that before." But he liked this song. So. Well, the combine's a monster Well, the combine's a savior, looking down at the blades. I see heaven and hell. Cold steel cut the rice crops for acres and acres, and filled how many barrels? Man, I could not tell. Filled how many jars? Man, I could not tell. And from the banks of Lake Arthur to the Mermitau River, there's water as far as your good eyes can see. At the Lake Arthur bar, all the old men get rowdy. They got bottles of whiskey that are older than me. And he held my hand when my boots got too heavy, with the mud from the rice field coming to my behind. We set out the decoys in the dark on the levee, and we walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine. Yeah, we walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine. Well, sometimes I dream of a girl in a pickup with her windows rolled down, with her radio on. When you look at the cypress on the Highway 190, then you give her a wave and you sing Jolie Blonde. Yeah, we give her a wave and you sing Jolie Blonde. Mr. Earl's a good friend, he's never a stranger. When I come back, it seems like I've always been here. There's a sign in his kitchen, it's written in French.
Quand on n'a plus de Schlitz, on n'a plus de bière.
When you run out of
When you run out of Schlitz,
You run out of beer. And he held my hand, good job everybody, when my boots got too heavy, with the mud from the rice field coming to my behind. We set out the decoys in the dark on the levee, and we walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine. Yeah, we walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine. Chris Carroll, everybody, thank you.